James too, depending on how James is injuries, if he's still injured throughout the season, hopefully maybe they are going to be offloading him next season because they are trying to reduce their wage structure because Chase has over 40 players on their list. Good morning, guys. My name is Godwin, and welcome to Vote Sports on Vote 104.3 FM. And I'm here with the guys in the studio to talk about this and all the things that happen in the world of sports. Good morning, John.
Good morning, welcome fans.
Good morning, also.
Good morning.
Okay, remember, guys, we are live on YouTube now at Vote FM Sports. We are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. Join us, drop your comments. We'll be reading your comments live here in the studio. Okay, guys, finally, all this saga thing has ended with Chelsea. Connor was presented to Atletico fans yesterday. Him and Alvarez, and the stadium was full. They were chanting his name. I think he's probably going to be enjoying his time in Spain. If you look at it, because I think the Spanish fans love him. They were chanting his name. So probably he's going to be enjoying his time at Atletico Madrid. Let's see what happens there when they start playing, John.
Yeah, I think he's going to enjoy his time at Atletico Madrid.
He spoke Spanish when he was interviewed. I was surprised.
Fantastic. This is, there are a few crop of players in Europe that are prepared for the future. One of them is, what's his name now, Kylian Mbappe, who took his time to learn a couple of languages. So a good thing for Conor Gallagher. I think there are some Chelsea fans that will be gutted that he's gone now. They keep raising his banners at Stamford Bridge, but it seems the club don't seem to care about the fans or what they think because the man is gone now. So maybe he's going to become a new star at the Atletico Madrid fan base that they are going to be singing his praises to, because he's a player that plays with a lot of passion, and hopefully he can make his new home one that is better than his former home.
Hopefully, no. So when he spoke that Spanish, I was surprised. Like he learned actually speak Spanish. But some players, as he said, are more talented. They go out of their way to do other things apart from football.
When Jude arrived at Germany, the first language that came up from his head, my mouth was like, which time you come up for England where you want to learn how to speak German? Even myself, I can't even comprehend what he was saying then, but I had to translate and get what he was saying. Now, Connor, on his first interview, he's speaking fluently. Like the switch from, if you notice the switch from speaking normal English to the Spanish language was like, you ask yourself, was you're speaking English? How did you switch from that to this? And come on, it's one of those things, you're prepared for the future already.
Yeah,
I was surprised. I was surprised at first, but it felt like he was speaking it fluently, that he could speak both language in such fluency.
Now, if you look at what Atletico is building this season, I think they are going to be building something great. Probably when we go to the Spanish La Liga, we'll talk about that. But Chelsea now having Felix. Now they have a game today in their. Remember, Chelsea has a game today in the conference qualification. They are playing the qualification for them to enter the main stage. Now they are playing a team. What's his name again?
Please don't.
Servette or something. Some of those clubs, they are going to play in them. There's a qualification game. So, but the interesting thing about that game is that in the press conference that Maresca granted yesterday, he was talking about his squad. He said that he only knows about 21 or 22 players. That the rest of the 25 players, that he doesn't know where they are, doesn't know where they train. He's not interested in what they are doing. But he only knows about 24 players that he is training. So I kept wondering, who are these 24 players? But he said, part of the thing he said that Chilwell is not in his plan. Chilwell is not training with the team. Sterling is not training with the team. With the rest of the other 20-something players. How do you make of that? Do you think he was very harsh? Because if you look at it, Sterling came back early, for example, for preseason. He didn't say anything. He didn't tell him, oh, you are out of the plan. Chalobah was different. He told Chalobah at the beginning, you are going to be leaving. So everybody understood that. But Chilwell and Sterling was surprised to everybody. So, but do you think that somebody is pushing him to say all this? Is probably from the board is telling him, you have to go and tell the press that this is players you are going to be working with. Others should go.
I really don't think that somebody is pushing his buttons or giving him what to say, because this is a grown man He knows the impact of his words and he's used them well. Like I said, and we are seeing a cold nature coming out from Enzo Maresca. Let's see if he's going to warm up later on in the season. But this is just brutally cold from him, coming out to say that I just know 24 players. They are the ones.
It
I
doesn't
just
know
know
24.
21.
He said out of the 20,
He-
out of the 42 players or 46 players in his camp, he only knows 21.
That's the thing.
Then when the math got me confused was 15 or 20. Now we are calculating 42 to 46 players. Then he said 15 or 20 trained somewhere else that is not the first team training base. So you know that 15 players don't train with you. What happens to the remaining 6?
That's the thing, because if you're going to come out and make a statement like this, you're putting all those players that are not in the starting 11 or the starting 26 or 21, you are putting them in a negative mental state because they didn't ask to come to Chelsea. They were courted by Chelsea. They were signed by Chelsea. They were given 7-8 year contract by Chelsea, and they have that contractual obligation to be in the best shape to play for Chelsea. So what happens when an injury comes along and you have to go cap in hand, go begging one of those guys to come and don on the shirt? What type of performance are you expecting? And then secondly, if you tell me that the ploy is to lower the wage bill, what's the use of lowering the wage bill by pushing these guys out of the club only for you to go and reload the wage bill by signing a Joao Felix? Because trust me, it's not coming for cheap money. It's not coming for cheap money.
Between Connor and Felix is basically almost the same thing.
Yeah,
and
so,
the wages probably the same
of
thing
course,
already.
you have the signing on bonus, you have the appearance fees, which will not be the same thing because he's going to be a senior player for the club.
For Chelsea now, on his contract, maybe I should be sitting some things out now for his contract. You have a sign-on fee, sign-on bonus. You have an appearance bonus. You have a goal scored bonus. So every match he plays, you're giving him a bonus. Every match he scores, there's a bonus for him.
Yeah.
And his salary is maybe plus or minus greater than that of Gallagher. You know that. But after you calculate all this money, you say you still need to you remove some like 4 or 5 players from the side. And what's it called now? Chalobah is on his way out already. Amanda Broya is on his way out. Lukaku.
Sterling and Lukaku.
I need to talk about people that I am sure of right now because I believe the Napoli team will be in London by today by 12 p.m. to talk about what the deal for Lukaku is. Then after they conclude that deal today, then they can now move on to discuss what what's it called, Osimhen's deal will be. But I believe in this stage now, for him to make that statement of saying 21 players, the Premier League requires 26 and more. Now, if you have injury crisis within the season and you need one of these players from the youth setup because now they are training with the under-21s, they're training with the reserves, and you need some of these players from the reserves to take places of key players, what would then happen to the team?
It's going to be,
now you bring in someone, maybe like now you see teams like Fiorentina and God forbid West Ham looking for looking for the signature of Sterling. Maybe now he doesn't sign and he stays one more year on the club, and you need him to put up a performance for you against Man City or against a Man United. No, I'm just making instances in the second leg, like towards the end of season, so you can qualify for top 4. You need
which phase are you going to
You are playing against a Fulham or against a Wolverhampton Wanderers, and you need a win to qualify for top 4. And you're looking at the only possible player you could introduce to the first team is Sterling that is playing with the academy reserves. Which kind of shame you want to go tell and say,
let's not forget that they've stripped him of his number 7 and gave it to
Pedro.
So like it's really crazy if you ask me.
I think for Sterling, Lukaku and Chilwell, it's clear. Maresca is clear.
I'm not sure for Sterling though, because no bid has come in yet.
No. The problem with Sterling is that he has a contract. He can refuse to leave, and he will stay and just be eating money.
And be playing golf.
Why you paying him? That's just the problem with own Sterling. But they are trying to force Sterling out. It's crisis at Chelsea. Let's see how that develops. They are playing a game today in Conference League. Let's see how generally this is going to develop for Chelsea. The problem is that if the results go south for Maresca, he is going to go and going to take the blame because Chelsea fan is going to blame him.
Yes, and the players, let's not forget that this is a club that has a perennial history of mutiny in the side. So if anything happens and you are no longer in favor with the upper management. You are already standing on thin ice, because once Todd Bowley comes into that dressing room like Abramovich has done times past, they will exit you and somebody else will come in.
There is one particular, in this whole saga, there is one particular person we are forgetting. Nobody is talking about him again. Omorodion. Where is he?
He don't go back in club. He doesn't have time for stress. You're not signing me, fine. Let me go back and play my team football. And I think that's what he's doing.
Another thing is that Atletico too are looking to move him on to get
that's what I'm
that
saying.
transfer
Because
fee.
he's not involved with the first team.
Yeah.
Because they have a striker and Alvarez. They have a striker.
They have even
man.
Solot too, who
So
scored a
See,
goal in his debut.
let's be frank. Omorodion was never involved in the first team.
They won't use that
He was
something.
you know, a player where you go sign him from one small club, put him for reserves. After some time, you go want sell and use and make money because you signed him for maybe a 200,000 pounds.
6 million
maybe
from Granada.
So you sign him for 6 million, you want to sell him for like 20, 40 million, and just to balance the books. Not that you need him for the future, because you look at the side of Atletico, you look at the bench. I say the bench is now Argentine inspired, but it still tells you about what the club wants to play like, and I don't think he fits into their style of play. And though if you want to play
You never know though. Like if you ask me, the only out and out strikers I'm seeing there are Solot and Alvarez. You could see an Omorodion. If this was in the Premier League that fancies homegrown talent, he should be getting a shot in. But if he's not going to get a shot in, then he should be looking to leave on loan or leave on a permanent transfer.
Okay, let's see what happens to Omorodion, because when that transfer broke, everybody was surprised. Who is this Omorodion?
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. But now Chelsea didn't go through with that transfer, and Atletico is looking to offload him. Okay, let's move over to Arsenal. There's a rumor that coming out yesterday. I don't know how that rumor is. Even though that Arteta came out to say that Jesus is going to be, he's seeing the difference with Jesus this season, and obviously Havertz scored in the weekend, but it keeps surfacing, it keeps coming out that Arsenal is still interested to get Osimhen. Now Chelsea is going to, today they are going to start the negotiation for Lukaku.
Yeah.
But both of them are two separate deals, Lukaku's deal and Osimhen's deal. So if they finish the Lukaku's goal probably today or this weekend, Lukaku moves to Napoli. Now they will start with the Osimhen's deal. Now Arsenal is trying to enter this deal with Chelsea to get him. This rumor that came out yesterday again, as we keep saying on this show, when you hear small rumor, there is small truth.
Check out.
So there is always a small truth in these rumors. Now yesterday it surfaced again that Arsenal is looking to bid for him again. Now Osimhen, him moving to Arsenal or Chelsea, which one will you think that is going to be better for him? Do you think that he's going to be a great fit for Arsenal or Chelsea?
Great fit for Arsenal any day, anytime, because right now the setup at Chelsea is not giving any player any hope. You can come in today, tomorrow you're out of the first team, training in the reserve. So players don't like that level of uncertainty, especially with an inexperienced manager. No low blows to Maresca, but come on, man, you can't come in out and making the type of statements you're making when you have 46 players that you are working with. Okay, it's like Eric Ten Hag throwing his players under the bus, so let's not go there. So
he almost cost him his job.
Yes,
cost
he
him
did.
His dressing room when he started doing
every
that
player he had that team with were players that later delivered him at sometime later in the season. So it's terrible for him. Hopefully he changes that.
Why you think saying do that with people they play? Why not do that people they bench? Because it's not say if you don't have people they bench, no result for him. Because when he did with the starting lineup, he knows that people on the bench will sit up. And from Ronaldo leaving, from Rashford, Garnacho came up, and because he treated the bench specially and was giving the first team starters hard time. So when you see that you're giving you hard time, somebody on the bench will sit up, and when they introduce him, he will come and save the day. That's just what he does. So let's say his tactics worked, but for Osimhen, I've seen this as is it called, how would I put it now? This is a trend now for boys in Lagos and every other places around. If you're going to England, not up north is not for you. Just go to the south. The south is London and settle there. Chelsea is preferable for most of them because many of them has left from Nigeria, gone around the world and settled in Chelsea.
When people keep saying this thing, how many Nigerian players has played for Chelsea or Arsenal?
See, if you go check the record of Nigerians that have played in England,
how many are there? That's the problem.
Okay,
When is the space? I think about Babayaro. idea of
Yes.
Kanu playing for Arsenal.
Yes.
Yeah, apart
Yes.
from Kanu, nobody Nigerian has actually played for Arsenal again.
Yes.
Now, if you check for Chelsea, Mikel, after Mikel, that's about 3 Nigerians. So when
Yeah.
you keep talking about
No,
this
I'm
record,
just saying, if the record now is still what London, when Okocha went there, when Okocha came to England, it was still London he settled.
both is in London,
Yes,
both in.
yes,
Oh,
it's in the south. So I'm just saying this that these teams they know how to welcome this, and London is like the south is like a place for everybody, but the north is just that tough. That's why when you see them go to the north, you see them struggle in Manchester after 1 season, 2 seasons, they are looking for a way out, a way out.
The main thing is he needs to go to an Arsenal side that look like title contenders rather than Chelsea that look like relegation pretenders right now. So he needs to make that move and switch it up.
So wait till they talk now. Straight up to Chelsea fans. Chelsea are pretenders.
so
Don't
let's see
go
what
there.
happens.
They will stone you bottle.
Let's see what
You
happens
know?
with Chelsea with Osimhen, because that rumor came up yesterday. Okay, remember guys, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. We are live. We have some comments here. Emmanuel Okitibi is saying that interview showed how disrespectful the present Chelsea coach is. He was way too harsh. He was talking about
Yeah,
Maresca
Maresca.
with that interview. Then he is also saying Arteta won't pay for Osimhen. Now that's the problem. Now the problem with Osimhen is that the money, the deal for him is going to be 100 million plus. You think that Arsenal can bring out cover? They did it with Rice. So it's not that they cannot do it.
They
You
can.
understand? They did it with Rice. Now, do you think that they can bring out that 100 million euros plus? Because if you look at that team, they have the Havertz that is playing number 9, and he scored a goal and an assist. Then they have a Jesus. Like I'm saying that. So will you, after having these two options, will you still cough out 100 million for a striker?
1,000 times yes, because sometimes the way let me not go there, Sha, the way you keep calling this Harvard and then this other
Yes,
guy,
true.
but the thing they frustrate me.
Any
like,
day we start with J,
like-
when they Arsenal now, make they use the run.
like they frustrate me really, because bro, this is Osimhen, for crying out loud though. This is do or die, win the Premier League with Osimhen or not. I really don't understand, you know. At the end of the day though, they have the funds, they have the capacity to complete
Arsenal
the
is
deal.
settled.
Yes,
When
they
it comes
have.
to financial matters,
Yeah.
Arsenal is settled. They are not bothered about any.
They have
any-
hybrid, you know how much revenue is coming in from there. So
Look
you
at
know, they have the
I
funds.
want to compare the front four when Osimhen signs for either team. Joao Felix, Nkunku, Osimhen, Palmer. Oh, it's complete. Nkunku will supply crosses from the right, Joao Felix from the left, Osimhen up front. Any defender we see these 4 people they come, problem don't they? Then for Arsenal is Saka, Osimhen, Odegaard, and
Martinelli.
maybe Martinelli that
Or
would
Trossard,
face
yes.
down and be running like a lost cattle.
Same as
or-
Garnacho,
or
man. Please
Trossard.
move on.
Anyone. But you see, when you compare these two, you only have players that will only cut in. Saka would cut in and cross the ball. Martinelli might not. So for Chelsea, I believe he has more chances with the front four in Chelsea than in Arsenal.
Yeah, but on the flip side though, he has more competition in terms of people who are looking to get in
Who
on
won
the
bench
goals.
and Shana Jackson?
Yeah, I've calm down. Let's just pay attention. He has more competition at Chelsea for people looking for individual achievements rather than the team. At Arsenal, you have people who give you the ball, like we saw last game. Saka creating for Havertz creating for Saka. That's symbiotic relationship there.
They've been like
At
that
Chelsea,
for 2 years
you have
now.
Nkunku who is missing the ball, trying to score. You have Jackson who misses 50 chances to get one. You also have a lot of other players, and then you have
When I
a
called
Kupama
the
too.
front four, I say I no call Jackson for that front
Boy
four.
is in the team.
He's on the bench now. He would fight for his place from the bench.
Okay, let's see how.
Regardless,
Okay, let's see how that Osimhen's deal go, because we're having some comments here on our YouTube channel. Emmanuel is saying Osimhen will do better with a settled Arsenal side, not the Chelsea where he is not sure, even the coach. Okay,
Yeah.
do you understand? I think that it makes sense. He's also saying that Rice is an English player and also the face,
Don't bring in the
also a
overhype.
face there in the league. Okay, Emmanuel is saying Adnonso, you can't talk down Martinelli, especially when you are talking. When you are talking from Chelsea, he will easily stroll into Chelsea. He's stroll into Chelsea to start. Okay, if you look at the chances, if you talk about how chances, I think that Osimhen going to Arsenal is better. It's like going to Manchester City. Their squad is settled. There are no troubles. There are
No
no
eggshells to
confusion.
walk on.
Yes, you just come a settled team. And Haaland goes in there and starts scoring goals.
Simple.
And you remember, if Osimhen goes to Arsenal, probably Arteta might change the way they play a little bit. The way Pep had to adapt to fit in Haaland in his team. So it depends on the player you have.
Yeah.
If you look at Havertz most times drops in the midfield. Jesus drops in the midfield because of the kind of players they are. But if you have a pure number 9, you don't tell them to drop in. You tell them to stay.
Yeah.
So you make the team work for them. And if you look at Arsenal, have a lot of creativity. The Partey, the Rice, the Odegaard, the Saka.
I think that didn't sit well with the likes of what's it called, Harry, and he still scores goals.
So it depends. That's what I'm saying. It depends on the striker you have. If you have an Osimhen, Arsenal probably need to change a little bit with the attack for them to get the best out of Osimhen. Okay, let's see how that develops. We are hoping that probably Osimhen goes to Arsenal. Preferably, I want him to go to Arsenal because Arsenal is a settled team. I don't want him to go to a club where they are still struggling.
Yeah, or where you could have the same scenario and Napoli happening again.
Yeah, so let's see how that happens. Okay, again with Arsenal is almost concluding the deal for Mikel Merino. That deal is going to be completed probably during the weekend. We have talked about that in the show, that he's going to add more steel to this Arsenal team. Imagine they're getting Merino, Mikel Merino and Osimhen. Arsenal probably will be title contenders.
Yeah.
So let's see how that develops. And again, the deal for Nketiah is almost done. So if Nketiah leaves, that spot opens. That's why people are actually talking about the Osimhen deal, because when Nketiah leaves, Arsenal has only 2 strikers. I don't think that is enough for them to challenge for the league. Okay, I'm going to open the phone lines now for you to call in us to tell us what you think about this Osimhen deal, the Chelsea's deal. Number to call is 0706 048 5853. When you call us, tell us what you think about these things we are talking about. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Ike from Soka.
Okay, Ike. What's your contribution?
It be like say you and John an Arsenal fan.
No.
Not really, I'm a City fan.
I don't see Osimhen doing well at Arsenal. If you watch the pattern of Arsenal, he can't fit in there.
Okay.
I tell you that he can come and coach can change the pattern. Who told you, if you goes for what you say, who told that the coach change the pattern, if it adapt to the pattern?
That's what I'm saying.
If you watch Chelsea pattern, the way they play football, it suits Osimhen. I was talking of Nigerian African players. You know, how many players, African players play in Arsenal? I can count to 7 to 6 African players that play for Chelsea. So I think going to Chelsea will be the best thing for him.
Okay.
And they're talking of Arsenal sign him. How many months? How many weeks now? I'm talking of Merino. Have they signed him?
As the husband,
they know that to go and say that they will do this. Just go round every. Just they go circle.
Okay.
Osimhen now they just to come. They want to hide, put pressure for
Chelsea
to sign him. That's all I know for that. Also, Osimhen going there. It depends on the place Osimhen want to go. If they say that Chelsea have decided to sign Osimhen, I don't see him going to Arsenal.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
You know, he's talking about it. He's not sure, but if you look at Pep, if anybody have watched Pep play, nobody in this life will believe that Pep will sign a player like Haaland, because people will change. Because I know they have watched Arsenal play for the past 2 years.
I've seen Pep's style of play without a striker and the style of play with a striker.
Nobody believes
nothing changed except for the passes inside the box. There's always freedom from the wingers. If you've noticed, the wingers are always free to do what they want. So it could add that tactical genius for the midfielders and the attackers to run in and create those chances and score. That's why you see the wingers, and that's why he needed an exact replacement for Mahrez. If you see, he hasn't changed tactics that much.
No, see the point. You him playing like a first time, trying to play with that a traditional number 9. That's what I'm saying. After he's trying to replicate the same thing, Jesus is not like a traditional number 9. Havertz naturally is not a traditional number 9. Do you understand? So people saying that they don't see Osimhen fitting in. It's just for a coach, like you just said, to just change a few things. Change a few things and probably fitting in. Okay, let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, brother. Good morning, sister.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Yes, my name is Sonia Vitalis, Igwe Chestnut, Stafford Bridge.
Okay, what's your contribution?
My contribution is that I like what Enzo Maresca is doing to overhaul some Chelsea players. That some of them are rejected players. They should overhaul them. Those that you know you don't need, ask them to leave. Those that you need, train them properly to become a player. Because Chelsea have a lot of direct players in the case almost for something. So you have to overhaul. There is no player that's there. You overhaul them, push them. The Arsenal, Man U, push them there. They should go and come and buy all of them.
Okay.
So for him, yes, for him, you know, I asked Adam Aka. If we are ready for Sine, we are going to buy him. Nobody can compete this in terms of buying. So hijack players, we are good in that.
Okay.
I strongly believe that Sine is coming to Chelsea. I hope that the police medical have been done.
It's completed. It's at Chelsea now. It's completed.
Yes, tested okay. So we need him. At least if Sine come, he will walk up.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah. Okay, we have one more comment about this Arsenal matter on our YouTube channel. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. One comment there is Nketiah will only go when Arteta is sure of replacing him, which is true. Hello, good morning.
Every day, Oga, big man, big trouble. Now your mouth go kill you. You know, get half. You dey make man say you get 1,000. Now you don't start players, Oga, who go play them.
Hello. Name and location first. Name and location before you start singing.
You don't collect players' shirt number. They give us that they scatter your team. My name now Juku. They come from ESBS.
Okay.
My brother, I don't know which one be Savage. Which country need the answer Savage? You know, after Savage, you go get toothpick. So, one team will answer toothpick today, the other one will answer Savage. So, we will know what will happen today. I beg, my brother, good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Thank you very much.
You know, say Chelsea, man, they are confused. Honestly, I must tell you the truth. They are confused. Why you go sign players? You sign Pedro Neto. Now small boy where Sterling dey. How you go collect Sterling share to go give new player where you call? Just carry that big boy where they play better game. Go put am for reserve. Say me they go there they trade. You say you get money. Why you want sack all those ones where they pay big money? You go just they might treat them bad. It's good. Yes, they scatter their team. Oh, I'm sorry for them.
All right.
So, see now that this is sign. Okay, now even coach said that you don't even know the players where you have. You don't know them. You don't even know their name. All these things where you know they say, may you gather the one where you know their name, begin to play them. No problem. I want to know what about my Ugarte now? Ugarte deal with Manchester United.
We are going to talk about Manchester United next. They are still talking with him.
Okay, no problem. I beg. May we know what you Savage and Toothpick to play today, I beg.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you and God bless you.
Okay, staying with Arsenal, Ramsdale, the deal for Ramsdale is down now. Nobody is talking about it today, but hopefully, if Ramsdale leaves, we talked about yesterday, if Ramsdale leaves, Arsenal is going to get in a new goalkeeper. But let's see how that develops, because Arsenal is looking to challenge for the Premier League title against City. City is looking for to get a striker. So let's see how that develops. Premier League this year is going to be hot. In the last 8 or 7 days of the transfer windows, we're going to be hot. So let's see how that develops in this transfer window. So we're going to go on a quick short break now. When we come back, we'll move to Manchester United, because things are happening at Manchester United also that we need to talk about. Stay with us. We'll go on this short break.
Hello, Enugu. Have you heard? Volt
They talk about
104.3
Arsenal yesterday
FM
which
is
is
granting
not a
small
fun
businesses in Enugu a chance to be heard and to be known. Let us help you advertise your business for as low as 2,500 naira per spot. And if you pay 50,000 naira for 20 spots, we will give you 10 spots for free. For more inquiries, visit Volt 104.3 FM at 64 Ozobolo Street by ESBS Junction, Enugu, or call our marketers on 0815-628-5384 or 0816-215-50 5195.
Gold 104.3 FM.
Welcome back to the show. Let's talk about Manchester United because the Ugarte deal is still on. They are trying to find a way to complete that deal before the weekend, but it's still looking at a big problem. I think Manchester United is not trying to focus on other targets, but we are yet to know the other targets they are talking about. But do you think that they need Ugarte? Because Ugarte is like a DM. They still have a Casemiro there. They still have other players there. So I don't think they need Ugarte, but probably they need another midfielder. They are trying to offload Eriksen, Tom Mark, what's his name again?
Scott McTominay.
Well,
he said he's not going anywhere.
But he's a squad player, but probably he might leave. But them getting Ugarte, they are still talking about it, John.
I think Manchester United need an Ugarte to complete the midfield. They may not necessarily, they can survive without him, but they will not thrive this season without him because we've seen that defense line and we've seen that midfield get overrun a couple of times. So yes, now it's not also helpful to them that other alternatives they were looking at in the likes of Sanderberg has completed a deal elsewhere. That shows you that the stalling of this Ugarte move has also put other people who were maybe likely to consider Manchester United off the club right now. So they are losing their leverage position because the season has started and Ugarte will soon be called upon by PSG, and they just need to finalize this deal and get it over the line or look for a loan option with an option to buy. But the thing is that Ugarte will not be a miracle pill for Manchester United. It will not be a miracle pill.
I think if it comes in this season, probably they gradually phase out Casemiro. So probably if he stays one whole year in England, he will learn the trade, he will learn English, he will get familiar with the English team. So once Casemiro is leaving next season, they can just fit him exactly into the team.
See, I'm just saying, if Ugarte comes in, he has the similar style of play like Kobe Mainoo. I think that's where he would fit right in. And you have double pivot or perhaps double defensive midfielders playing, and Bruno has that room. And these are players that could also send forward passes. I'm seeing the other day Kelvin came out to say passes completed are just a waste of statistics. But I am not counting passes completed when you pass balls backward. I'm counting passes completed when you pass forward. And I think with Ugarte in the team, Scott McTominay not really, I won't put him in that field. Ugarte, Kobe Mainoo, and Cassie, these three players passes the ball forward. Bruno Fernandes is just one of the kings of creativity so far in the Premier League. So I think with him coming in, I think that midfield is shown of everybody is going to fight. And there was something he said in one of his his interviews. He said, when we have the ball, it's a game. When we don't, it's a fight, which means that's the mentality of a player who wants to fight for every ball. And I think that's the mentality of players Man United should be going for. Man United should have been signed. I should have signed him like weeks ago.
Yeah,
but they left the table and went to start negotiating with other average players as well. And it kind of hurts because you see these players and you say, man, you've gone for maybe 4 or 5 players on your list and you got them right in. This player is also on your list. Why don't you just complete the deal, then start looking for maybe a bit bad player to replace them when they are injured?
Okay, let's see what happens with that. Let's talk about Manchester United and small rumors. These small silent rumors.
Silent moves.
It's been rumored yesterday that Chelsea is offering Man U Chilwell. That rumor was, I started laughing because how can you even think about that? Because offering 2 injury-prone left backs in one to probably this one play 3 months and go on 6 months injury. The one will play another 3 months and go on 6 months injury.
So you now have 3 months empty space because when this one is playing is 6 months, this one is injured. So the time frame between the 2 of them is like 3 months of no left back.
But think truthfully, if Chilwell and Shaw is not injured, they should be one of the 2 left backs, best left back in England. By injury, if you minus injuries,
Louis Bond is one of those players I put on that list far.
I'll pick Tierney over Chilwell any day, anytime.
But injury too. He's always
also
injured
as well. But I think Luke Shaw is one of the best left backs in the Premier League. Arguably one of the best left back, arguably the best left back in the Premier League. And Man United so far, when I was looking at the list of players that they want to go for, I looked at the left back position and I felt like they're not really going to go for any left back. They might be looking to bring back Reguilon from from Tottenham Hotspur.
Reguilon has left. He's not even
So
on loan.
now the thing is, he's gone back and he's left. So I think now they're looking at the youth prospect on the bench now, and they're thinking it's time to infuse him back into the
You
team,
know,
which is a problem for me because you need experienced players. When these two players, Shaw and Malaysia are injured, you need another experienced player than a youth player.
you know, for me, watching Manchester United in that first game, their defense got a whole lot shakier once they brought on Johnny Evans and Delete, and then moved Martinez to the left.
Yes.
I like, for crying out, you just like, it's not a sight to behold, really. Sign an out-and-out left fullback, let him play in that role, and stop doing these experiments, because these are experiments that will leave the side. Imagine you have a pacey winger bearing down on Martinez. That place is just overrun. Like,
I
for
think
example,
Martinez
let's
has
say
the pace, but
you know,
the physicality to run, because he's always one of these players that sets the trap for you and what you walk into it. Look at
So
when
he can
he
easily
sets
be
that
overpowered.
when he sets that trap for Adama Traore the first time, he actually failed. He said it. Adama sent him lost. Then he came back and sent Adama back to the gym. So what if he gets the first time? If not the Adama first time, he wasn't that all brains. He passed the ball to the wrong person. What if that first run got Fulham the goal? What would have happened?
Totally different story.
So I'm just saying, Harry Hamas is good. Train him to be better. Then get one other left back that could come into that side. And no, we are sure that.
But not Chilwell.
Definitely
Not
not
you.
you. No.
You know,
Well, the same is rumors. See, rumors for rumors, because 2 days ago or the other day we heard rumors that Man United are begging Chelsea to come and take Sancho off their hands. So if you're going to come and take Sancho, fine, we can take Chilwell and send him to the reserves to
all
play.
I'm going to say is beware of Greeks bearing gifts, like the story of the Trojan horse. So please, just avoid everything coming from Chelsea right now and just look elsewhere.
Okay, let's see how develops with Chelsea. If Chilwell maybe he might be moving to Manchester United, even though it's a rumor, but you know how we talk about it on this show. Any rumors there's always a ton of truth in any rumor. But another thing coming from Man U is that Barca is eyeing Rashford. Rashford is one of the players, most times you don't understand what he brings exactly to the team. He's on form after 2 weeks, then next 3 weeks he's lost. But Barca is now looking for him because Nico Williams didn't work, and they are looking for options in the attack. So what do you make of that?
Maybe today we don't hear rumor. Say Barca they find Rashford. If they want him, they can't carry him. Because
secondly, Nico Williams was just used as a distraction to get Daniel Olmo. So
that's
he was not really going to move in the first place.
I think it was in 2019 after the Champions League comeback against PSG, we saw the news for like 3 months, Rashford to Barca. We felt like, oh boy. The next year it was the same thing, Rashford to Barca. Now Hansi Flick has stayed. There was a time Hansi Flick was the coach of Bayern Munich, and he said he wanted Rashford at Bayern Munich to partner with Kingsley Coman.
Same here too. When Paris Saint-Germain, the stories were going around that Paris Saint-Germain are looking
that was
to
Rashford. That was the same 2019 when after the comeback. So I'm just saying, if he wants to leave Man United and Barca are willing to sign him, man, bring the money and come and take him. It's just 50 or 70 million pounds. And I think Hansi Flick would know how to unravel his talents better, because this is a coach that likes to play all pace and
if you ask me, I think Manchester United will better serve getting a brain coach to work with Rashford than any of the coaches they have training him physically within the team, because his problem is mental. Because yes, let's just say it as it is, mental issues, because this is the same thing we see with Gen Z teams like Chelsea. You have players put on and off performances, you have players who have been at the top. Let's not forget, this was Rashford that almost scored, was it not 20-something goals in a season? Can't even get up to 5 goals. How many did he score last season? How many was he even part of the action up front in this last game? So they need to hire somebody to work with him, mental toughness coach.
So Vanessa Roy and other coaches they brought in it. That one no go work.
All those ones are finishing, striking coach, technical coach. He needs they just need to hire a psychologist every match. Before match, they just give us he just go therapy session before every match, like 2 hours. Talk with therapist.
Okay.
Then match.
Let's see, even though it is a rumor, let's see if Barca is going to be getting. Okay, remember guys, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. We are live on YouTube Vote FM Sports. Okay, I have some comments here on our channel. I'm going to be reading for you. Daniel Mbazo is saying Osimhen going to Chelsea is a big downgrade. People really think Arteta is not a genius because he hasn't won a trophy. Honestly, that guy can bring the best from any player. Emmanuel Okitipi is saying, considering what Baka just did to Gundogan, it will be a big mistake for Rashford to go there.
Here, man.
Then Charles G. Lenzo is saying, mental toughness coach. He laughed. This one is strong. Imagine
for real.
getting a better
just a therapist.
Coach,
A therapist just for one player.
Come on, guys.
Every
Other
match.
players could benefit from it too, because
I think Ten Hag did that in his first season when he came in newly. He brought in a therapist, and I don't know how that worked out for Man United team. I don't know how that worked out so far. And this season, that was his first season, so they won the Carabao Cup.
Position
Now this season or last season, things went the way you did, and now they're beginning to do a total team overhaul, first team overhaul. And I think it's good for the progress of Man United. So I think Ten Hag this season would have to look for another way to improve the performance of his players on the pitch rather than off the pitch.
I think I'll go. These are our comment, Charles. I think I'm going to side Charles on this because bringing a psychologist for just one player, come on, guys. If it's
I think the psychologist they brought in the last time worked out well. That's why you saw a reformed Harry Maguire.
But let's not even go there. If you look over across the pond, you are going to see American football where you have a Tom Brady who's won several Super Bowls back to back. If you go beyond into the backroom staff, they have people in that capacity who work with players who go through trauma, who work with players who have PTSD, who work with players who have mental issues, mental toughness issues.
When you do all those things, it still depends on the player. You can finish doing all these things. Let me give you an example. You can do all that. If you don't get ability, you don't get ability.
I'll
give you get ability.
SS. In space.
Rashford 2019 Champions League. Take on better defenders. They beat defenders for PSG team. He was even they were even comparing because I don't think they were even comparing. I won't say they were comparing Mbappe to him. They were comparing Mbappe to him because they were not comparing him to
same thing also for Dele Alli at his time at Tottenham too.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Let's
Rashford. Let's see what happens to Rashford. Okay, guys, you can call in now and join the conversation with us in the studio. Okay, let's take this call. Hello, good morning. Okay, we lost that call. Okay, number to call is 0706 048 5853. Hello, good morning.
I think Mayu, they should go and sign Ventura down tomorrow. He will do well there. And Rashford should go to Baka. What think they do that for? This guy don't kill him now. Don't kill his guy. He don't kill him that place. So maybe go to Baka. So he will revise his career.
Okay.
And that's now they talk. Osimhen going to Chelsea is downgrade. Arsenal have almost 200 years, no Champions League. I don't know the type of club that club is. I wonder why your former coach, Mourinho, they are special in failure. I'm telling that they downgrade to Chelsea.
Okay, thank you very much.
Number of his history of his club. Thank you.
Okay.
That's brutal coming from him.
Let's see how that.
You can't blame him though.
Okay, let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
One code from Motor Spare Parts.
Okay, what's your contribution?
Well, for Chelsea, I'm an Arsenal fan.
Okay.
Chelsea lost it all when they lost Coach Kante. Since then, they haven't got a nice coach. They're just packing, even though they're packing Mbappe, Bellingham, Rodrigo, they will still fail. But they are confused. So they have no coach. They can come and hire me. I will do very well. So Arsenal is just me. Osimhen will contact now, and he will do well.
All right.
Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's move away from another rumor that is still happening at Manchester United is that Braithwaite, they can still go for him. Depending on what Everton is going to, if they're going to reduce the price, they're going to get him to join Manchester United. But let's see how that develops too. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Name and
Morning.
location, please.
My name is Christopher Chibuzo, calling from Buffalo State University.
Okay, what's your contribution?
Yeah, my contribution is that if Osimhen like himself, he should not go to Chelsea. I'm not an Arsenal fan, I'm a United fan.
Okay.
He should not go to Chelsea because there's a lot of competition. Though Osimhen is a good player, he can fight for himself. But he's not only fighting for himself, it's if all the players and the coach can also do what he wants. Because when he is playing there, they will be looking at what he cannot do or whatever. So I advise Osimhen to go to Arsenal and leave Chelsea their basket mouth. So they can talk. All Chelsea fans will be talking Osimhen to come, Osimhen to come. If Osimhen come there and do any one little mistake, now you see they'll cause him that. They'll still cause him more. So as for Rashford going to Barcelona, all those ones are rumor. I know Barca will not get that Rashford. Now you know Rashford will leave Manchester United. It's not now. And as for the interior, this is a problem because it's a problem. You cannot get Shaw injury, Malaysia injury, and also carry another injury that is bigger than injury and send to Manchester United. So I don't think Man United need a sure.
Okay.
So Man United should go. Man United will know what they then go and find someone to play left back for them. They should not be trying Martinez there. They should go and find left back. Thank you. That's my own.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's move away from Manchester United. Let's move to Man City because that they are trying to get going. Because we talked about yesterday, and this is almost a 1 year with option for him to come to Manchester City. Now we talked about what he's going to be doing with Manchester City, but generally now, if he comes, they are looking for a striker from Celtic. They are talking to get a striker that will help Haaland. Probably someone that is going to help Haaland, not necessarily someone that will displace him. But if you look at Manchester City, are they a stable club for them to win the Premier League if they sign Gundogan today or tomorrow?
Yeah, they are. And talking about the striker they are looking at, why is nobody looking at Brian Sesko? Or
he signed a new deal with his club, so who is going to be looking for him?
Star player, So anyway, that's just that. Yeah. But yes, Gundogan makes City a better side, and is going to improve their performances on the pitch. So yes, they should get the deal done and dusted, and let's look for another option up front.
I think they are looking for this Celtics forward, Furuhashi. He's from Asia. Furuhashi, he plays for Celtic.
The last time City signed somebody from Scotland, it did not go well. Looking about Samaras and Co. So please, I am wary about anything coming from Scotland.
Okay, let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Name and location, please.
I'm calling from Ghana.
Okay.
What's the problem?
Sorry about that. We are trying to.
They will call. All these Man U players, they don't kill Rashford. They kill Rashford. Now they want Salah. Why? They kill Ronaldo. Salah for this is a killer. Why do they talk? Look, the people who gave money, they buy player. Right, there are. God, I get one crew. For Fulham. I am very, very sorry. Then they come and buy them. It's not available. Other players. Even our goalkeeper, they are available. Then they come. I don't know why they only talk. Maybe this play will happen. Okay, to go buy us, they have to not get money. I don't have money to do. When they go on, they go on. They don't get money. Money not there. Money don't do this. That's what they talk. I can't just have nothing to interest. Anything.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's see how they develop with Manchester United. They are trying to get a striker from Celtic. Probably if they get a striker, he is going to be complementing Haaland for the challenge for the league. Hopefully, they probably hoping that Haaland will not go on long-term injury. Probably he might go on this 1 or 2 injuries and come back, but hopefully he doesn't go on this long-term injuries so that they can challenge for the league. Okay, let's move away from England. Let's go to the La Liga. As we said at the beginning of the show, that Atletico Madrid presented Alvarez and Conor Gallagher to the crowd, to their fans yesterday. It was a great celebration. I saw that, and he was good. They are going to be challenging for the La Liga. Hopefully that you have a 3-horse race this year. You don't want last year that Real Madrid just ran away with the league without any challenge. Barca is strong, Atletico is strong, and obviously Real Madrid, they bought Mbappe. They are stronger, so let's see how that happens. But staying with Barca, they are considering they have a problem. They're trying to bring Cancelo back to Barcelona, but it's a problem for them. They are not finding the right price because he was on loan. Now Manchester City is saying that they don't want him to go on loan again. It's either you are bringing the money or he's staying. Well, if Cancelo is back at City, he's not playing. If he goes to, the only option now is to go to Barcelona, and they have two options. Barca have to pay, and Cancelo has to reduce his wages, which is going to be a problem for Barca. But do you think that Barca can find a way to pull this deal over?
I think for City, it's a question of cutting loose ends and getting done with the situation rather than drag it out eternally like Chelsea have done with the Lukaku situation. So yes, it's a good move because you want to get this player off the books and free up that cash and put it somewhere else. So if Barcelona really actually need João Cancelo, they should put their money where their mouth is and stop playing hide and seek with City.
Do you think that they need Cancelo in that team?
For Barca?
Yes.
You saw his performance last season now. It's just that his big mouth did not allow him enjoy his time at Man City. If not, he would have still have been at Man City.
Yeah.
Look at Gundogan. Gundogan left in a peaceful term and went to Barcelona, and now he's been welcomed with open arms at Barca. Cancelo cannot be welcomed the same way Gundogan is.
Yeah.
And I'll say this: it's when you leave a team and you start ranting how badly they've treated you. When you look for a way back, there will be no way back. And for Cancelo now, there's no way back. And he's badmouthed every legend that has played in the. At some point, it was badmouthing Messi and it was badmouthing Ronaldo and all of that. And now he badmouthed Man City when he left for Barca. And now he wants to go back to Man City. It's not possible. He should stay in Barca. And if Barca don't have the money to pay him his full wages, he can go to a second division team in. I'm not saying I'm talking from a place of anger now. He can go to a second division place and play football if he wants. He can even go and play for free. I don't care.
Okay, another rumor from Barca is Christensen. They are trying to offload Christensen from their team, but we will see how that one is going to develop too. But I don't think they need a defender because Barca trying to offload a whole lot of players is going to be tough.
This is where we have issues in football. You have a defender who is playing as a defender. He plays in that position. He covers that role fantastically well. You have an injury issue. You move him to the midfield. And he did well. And now, out of the blue, because you have two solid options at the back, you feel you don't need him.
Okay, let's see how that develops. Now, let's move away from La Liga and let's talk about international football because Gundogan and their goalkeeper, Manuel Neuer, has retired from international duty. They have been a great servant for Germany for decades. They won that World Cup. I think Gundogan wasn't part of that team that won the World Cup. I can't remember. I'm not sure.
He didn't make the list.
Yeah, but both of them have retired for international duties. Okay, let's one more before we go. Let's move back to England because Emi Martinez has extended his contract to stay with Aston Villa. Good goalkeeper, world-class goalkeeper. Good for Aston Villa.
But wait, I'm beginning to look at the goalkeepers Arsenal have had that has left and how they are performing so far. Martinez, Leno.
Yeah.
Ramsey if he come out now go collect Ballon d'Or. But more leave like that. But for the other guy,
Martinez is a world-class keeper.
I'm just saying, and he was what did they call it? They say access to requirements. He was access to requirement at Arsenal at some point, and this is one of the best goalkeepers in the world right now.
At Arsenal, there was that season he kept the
almost 18 clean sheets.
Yeah, so he's a good goalkeeper. Like Arsenal made a wrong move there. If you ask me,
it depends. So depending how they see it, he was a face then, but he moved on. Nobody knows. Somebody you don't see the future. You can really go of a player and he goes out and pick form, but he went to Aston Villa and now he's one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Now he extended that contract to stay many years at Aston Villa. Okay, this is how we're going to be ending today's show. Thank you for joining us on today's show. Thank you for all the calls. Thank you for all the people that join us live on YouTube, and thank you for all the comments. Remember, guys, we are live every day from Monday to Saturday on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. When you go there, to have an amazing content here, you can go there, watch some of the contents here, like and share our content. I'll be seeing you tomorrow. My name is Godwin, and have a lovely day.
Hello, Enugu, and welcome to Volt 104.3 FM,
where music meets the voltage.
Take a break and enjoy the show.
Sports.
Alex Iwobi gets the ball out to the left-hand side. The delivery comes in. Oh, it's a goal! It's a goal!
Entertainment.
The show, you don't analyze it. You keep taking calls
News and politics. Gospel.
And let them have the kingdom of God is within people.
Awesome programs exclusively on Volt 104.3 FM.